You know, you talk about inspiration. The guy that inspired me to be great is right over there. I'm looking at him, Big Daddy Kane.
Listening to the street, it's like, yo, Kane fell off, Kane to R&B. So I'm like, okay, I need to do it right. So I recruited track masters who was hot at that time. We did the album, and the album still didn't do no numbers. I just automatically blamed them. Everybody gave me they garbage tracks. They gave me stuff on their B list. I'm blaming the producers. F this person, F that person. And that's when I started realizing, nah, these producers didn't give you bad music. You're the problem.
I think that a 20-year-old Kane in hip-hop the way it is today would definitely have a heavy impact. Because I think that a lot of things that I did early in my career in the 80s was stuff that people wasn't really ready for.
He was wild. That's what hip-hop legends kept saying behind closed doors. Big Daddy Kane had people talking crazy even back in the late 80s, and the tension never really died. At the 2021 Versus battle, things got loud again when DJ Scratch accused KRS-One of ditching the mission and throwing sneak shots all night. But this drama wasn't new at all. Top rap icons had been holding grudges against Kane for years. A lot of big names had serious issues with him. Rakim supposedly had a diss track locked and loaded, ready to tear him down. Slick Rick once even pulled a gun during a heated moment. LL Cool J felt fake standing next to Kane, like he couldn't match the vibe. The wildest part is Kane didn't go looking for these problems. They came to him because his presence shook the whole game. His rise made people nervous about everything they built, and now the real story behind why hip-hop's elite turned on Big Daddy Kane is coming out.
I had to remind Big Daddy Kane that when I was 17 years old in San Antonio, they had a concert. He saw me, I don't know if he knew who I was. I was standing outside, he brought me backstage, and I got to watch how superstars react. So, as you see, he's a nice, cordial man. That's why I always said to myself, if I ever become big time, I want to be like Big Daddy Kane.
Back in 1987, New York hip-hop felt like rival street crews fighting for respect. Queensbridge had the spotlight with Mr. Magic's Rap Attack and Marley Marl's Cold Chillin' sound blasting everywhere. Meanwhile, the Bronx felt overlooked, like their foundation wasn't getting proper credit. Then Kane stepped in, a Brooklyn star, but rolling with the Juice Crew too. That move alone had people watching him real close. He moved through the scene like a silent power play, expanding influence without warning. His arrival messed up the balance completely.
Stop it. Doing too much, homie. You doing too much. You doing too much. I need the stage. I need the stage, Playboy. I need the stage. I need the stage, Playboy. That ain't my problem. That ain't my problem.
The Bronx's claim as the real birthplace, Long Island's lyrical pride, and Queens' money power all suddenly felt under pressure. Everybody saw the shift coming, and the backlash was only a matter of time. Rakim, known as the God MC, was sitting on the throne after Paid in Full dropped in 1987, with a calm, deep, almost spiritual style that changed how people rapped. Big Daddy Kane called himself the Asiatic Prince, flashy, confident, and full of energy. When Long Live the Kane dropped in 1988, people instantly started comparing him to Rakim and questioning who really held the crown.
I felt like Kane had even more records that were...
What?
Come on, dog.
Don't
do that. Now, come on now.
It just
come on
got
now.
real.
No. Listen, just line them up. Go home and just line them up. That's all I'm saying.
We gotta go home. We gonna hit this internet on the break.
Okay, let's do it.
Internet
back to back.
Fucking break, yo, on some real shit. And then,
I'm sorry.
And then you know what joint Rakim went off on that he was on that Kane tempo that follow the leader. No, follow the leader. Rakim was saying, "Come on, stud.
Nah, I mean, listen, I'm not. Listen, no.
Rap.
They both great, but I just who's better to me. Who I realized was he wanted to me, man. I'm sorry, man. Wrath the King, that was it. That was
Came
it.
in the door, said it before.
Kane wasn't just keeping up with Rakim's complex rhyme patterns. He was speeding them up, hitting them twice as fast while dancing on stage with his crew, Scoob and Scrap. That kind of showmanship made him look dangerous to the competition. The pressure on Rakim was real. History shows he even stepped out of his usual quiet approach and recorded a direct diss track called Break the Wrath in Half, clearly playing off Kane's Wrath of Kane. This was supposed to be a lyrical knockout punch.
So you said his name directly in the original version?
I said ripping your rap in half, who gets the last laugh, and something just before that. But I let people,
ripping your rap in half, okay.
Yeah, he had the Rap King.
That
came out. And then he said, I see leaders in the laugh. I said, ripping your rap in half, who gets the last laugh? Followers become leaders, but without a path, you're mentally paralyzed. Crippled your third eye, rhymes are blurred, then it occurred that you heard I reduced the, you know what I mean? So I was just, you know what I mean? So that was one of the joints where I was getting mad, and like Kane said, they was gassing me, and was probably gassing him every time.
Rakim was known for never calling out other rappers by name, but this moment showed he felt the heat enough to bend his own rules. The lyrics painted Kane as someone following trends instead of creating his own path. Someone Rakim hinted hadn't reached true awareness or depth. From Rakim's view, Kane looked too commercial, too polished, like someone chasing fame instead of growth. The situation almost blew up publicly until Ant Live, the brother of Eric B and a friend to Kane, stepped in like a peacekeeper. Rakim actually called Kane himself, and they talked things out directly. Kane later said he even went back and removed his own diss lines from the studio session. Both sides agreed to cool things down. Rakim reportedly pulled most of Break the Wrath in half, and Kane cut his responses too.
Sitting at the house in Long Island, phone ring. Ant, what up, man? What's good, Rock? Kane want to talk to you. As soon as he said Kane house, no, we ain't just go to Kane house. And put him on the phone. I wasn't even thinking about the track. You know what I mean? I said, I know he ain't just go to this dude house and put him on. What up, Kane? Yo, Rod, man, I just heard the track. You just heard the track? Well, that's like yesterday. Yeah, yo, man, I just want to say, I don't got no beef with you. I don't be writing rhymes about you, this and that, man. People be gassing, boom, boom. He's like, yo, but I ain't got no beef with you, and I'm not, speaking to you, and I'm like, word, man. So, I had to respect that. You know what I mean? He called me, spoke to me like a man, and told me, well, I ain't got no beef. So I went back and took it out. I went back to the studio and took it out.
Still, the tension didn't fully disappear. It just went quiet and coded in the music. On Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em, Rakim dropped the line, "Who gets the last laugh after ripping your wrath in half?" And fans caught the meaning quick. Kane answered back on Warm It Up. Kane with the line, "Who's flat top rules in '89?" which listeners felt was aimed at both Rakim and LL Cool J. LL Cool J was part of that same spotlight too. All three had the famous high-top fade look and strong reputations, so they kept things from going too far. Nobody wanted total lyrical destruction, so they played it smart and kept a quiet truce to protect their spots in the best MC debate. That chess move helped both legends stay on top, while the culture kept watching every move they made.
I think it really has to do with pop culture.
Okay.
It's what's popular. Because, this is nothing new. This is nothing new. With no disrespect intended, I feel like I'm a much better rapper than MC Hammer. But he was a way bigger star than me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing new.
You needed to do a little waist jiggle, okay?
I did. Still ain't sold the records Hammer sold, though. Matter of fact, and Get the Job Done video, I even had the damn genie pants on.
If these rivalries sound deeper than expected, people were definitely paying attention to every hidden clash and quiet standoff. Even with all that, some legends stayed real quiet about certain tensions. KRS-One held it down for the Bronx as the voice of Boogie Down Productions, and during the Bridge Wars, he was known as one of the fiercest battle rappers alive. He went straight at MC Shan, Roxanne Shante, and Marley Marl on The Bridge Is Over, showing zero fear. But when people looked closer at that era, something felt unusual. KRS-One almost never went straight at Big Daddy Kane, even while tearing into the Juice Crew. Kane's name barely showed up in the main diss records, which had insiders talking. Some believed KRS-One made a smart move, knowing that going directly at Kane could start a battle BDP might not win.
Then I'm riding in the car one day, I think I was listening to a Method Man song. And I'm like realizing like how behind the beat, he was, And then I think like a Nas song came on and I'm realizing, yeah, he a little behind too. Yeah, and I realized that I was a problem because you still rhyming like it's 1988. You haven't elevated your flow. You know what I'm saying? You didn't change up with the times.
In the industry. And the other genres incorporate hip hop into theirs. Pop, country, rock, so on. So, we definitely on top.
Yeah, for sure. And you have contributed so much to the culture and to hip hop itself. I love listening to old school music and I love listening to new school artists as well. After 50 years, I'm definitely proud of the growth of hip hop and the genre itself.
I appreciate that coming from a young lady such as yourself. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you're in touch with the culture and you're enjoying and respecting it. That's beautiful.
Kane was seen as a major force in the Juice Crew, almost like their secret weapon. Instead of direct shots, the tension came through small comments and slick talk. KRS-One once told The Source magazine, "I teach style," saying his poetry created a whole new wave that other rappers started sounding like. It wasn't a direct call-out, but people in the scene understood exactly who might have been catching that shade. When KRS-One finally mentioned Kane by name, people saw it as hidden frustration coming to the surface. He saw himself as the creator of edutainment and versatile rap styles, while feeling Kane was just running with ideas already put in motion. Calling Kane derivative became a pattern among some of his rivals. Kane answered in his own way, using slick, indirect shots on songs like Set It Off, where his strong delivery sounded like a warning for anyone trying to step too close. Kane later explained that Eric B was his friend, so he had no reason to go after his MC. When it came to KRS-One, the situation wasn't really about friendship. It was more about Juice Crew loyalty. Kane often let his crew handle their own battles, unless things got serious enough to threaten everyone.
How did your relationship with LL Cool J, Slick Rick, all these, how did that journey take place?
There are a lot of cats that I've met through the industry, but there are very few that I became close friends with. LL is someone that I became a close friend with.
Okay.
Me and Slick Rick, we hung out a lot.
Yeah.
Eric B,
right.
From Eric B and Rakim, that's someone that I became a close friend with. Kool G Rap. I would probably say I have the closest relationship to Dougie Fresh. We had one of those Barkley Jordan
right. Okay.
You know, where I cuss his ass out.
Right. Hey, man.
But I love him to death. That's my heart.
That backstory made the rivalry feel deeper than people realized, especially years later. Things looked friendly on the surface during the 2021 Versus battle, but the mood told a different story. What was promoted as a celebration started showing old tension again. DJ Scratch, representing Kane, and Kid Capri on KRS-One's side got into a heated moment that threw off the vibe. Later, DJ Scratch claimed KRS-One abandoned the assignment and changed the planned order to gain an edge. KRS-One's performance style showed his battle mindset. While Kane came in with a clean, polished set, KRS treated it like a raw street clash, switching things up to shake his opponent. It showed that some rivalries never fully disappear. Back in 1987, LL Cool J was seen as the solo rap king. But Kane's arrival made people wonder if the throne was about to be challenged. "I make my own rules." That's the attitude LL Cool J started moving with when the pressure got real. He later admitted it sometimes felt like the industry was starting to see him as outdated next to the new wave. Kane came in with sharper lyricism, smoother delivery, and that confident Asiatic prince image, showing a flow that many felt was way more advanced than LL's earlier, simpler rhyme style. Rumors even said LL's harder sound on Mama Said Knock You Out in 1990 was a direct answer to critics saying he had gone soft while Kane stayed raw and fearless. Both artists also built strong images as heartthrobs, which added another layer to the rivalry. When Kane dropped the line, "Who's Flat Top Rules" in '89, people felt he was aiming at Rakim for lyrics and LL for style at the same time. At the same time, Mikey D, a Queens rapper who had issues with LL, tried linking up with Kane. Some believe that move was meant to get under LL's skin, since Kane was one of the few names LL reportedly took seriously as competition. That rivalry pushed LL to level up. Without Kane raising the bar with his technical skill, many believe LL might never have created Mama Said Knock You Out. In a strange way, that tension actually helped both of them grow. Years later, the competition turned into respect when LL invited Kane to join the FORCE live tour in 2023, showing how time can change old rivalries. The dynamic between Big Daddy Kane and Kool G Rap was different because it happened inside the Juice Crew itself. This wasn't about fame or territory. It was about who really started complex, multi-syllable rhyme patterns. Both legends are credited with pushing that style forward, but debates still pop up about who truly did it first, including in interviews with rap pages. Kool G Rap claimed that Kane started using his fast, rapid-fire flow after seeing what he could do in the studio. G Rap pointed to his own complex rhyme patterns, like the ones heard in Creature Feature and Rapture, saying his technical style came first. According to him, Kane's early delivery sounded slower and more spaced out. But after G Rap showed what he could do over the raw beat, which he says was first meant for him, Kane came through with a very similar rhythm and energy. G Rap felt like Kane borrowed his whole formula. That idea of style biting created real tension between them. G Rap saw himself as the blueprint, while Kane was the one getting the bigger spotlight and commercial love. That quiet competition turned into a lyrical arms race inside the Juice Crew, almost like a friendly war on records. Kane dropped raw with that fast delivery everyone was talking about. Then things started escalating. Kane released Set It Off, pushing his speed even further. G Rap answered with Men at Work, which fans saw as a response showing even more complex rhyme stacking. Kane came back with Wrath of Kane, taking his fast style to another level. Then G Rap dropped Poison, which many listeners saw as the final technical statement in their back and forth. This rivalry ended up pushing hip-hop's technical skills forward like a secret lab of innovation. At the heart of it, the tension felt like the struggle between the inventor and the superstar. G Rap became known as your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, praised by Nas, Eminem, and Big Pun. Meanwhile, Kane built a smooth, marketable image that reached wider audiences. The real friction came from how Kane could take technical ideas and present them with style and star power. This helped Kane break past the limits that many street-focused rappers like Kool G Rap sometimes faced. Even with the tension, both still showed unity in public as Juice Crew brothers. Over time, G Rap even eased up, giving Kane credit as a real MC who could take a style, flip it his own way, and still move forward. He even placed Kane on his personal top 10 lyricists list, showing that respect for talent eventually mattered more than any past accusations. MC Shan's issues with Big Daddy Kane felt more personal. It was like watching the new star take the spotlight from the original face of the crew. Shan had been the main name for the Juice Crew early on, but by 1988, Kane's success completely changed the focus. Cold Chillin' Records started putting more energy and promotion behind Kane and Biz Markie, which left Shan feeling pushed aside. Shan later spoke about feeling like he had to face the bridge wars alone. While Kane and Kool G Rap were rising stars, Shan believed they could have stepped in with their lyrical strength to help him against KRS-One. Instead, they stayed out of it. Kane's explanation that he stayed neutral because of friendships didn't fully sit right with Shan, who felt his career was taking heavy damage while others were rising. As the years passed, history often painted Kane as the hero of that era, while Shan got labeled as the one who lost to KRS-One. Shan pushed back on that idea in interviews, reminding people that he helped build the crew's foundation. He suggested Kane's success came after the path he helped create. While most of Kane's rivalries stayed lyrical, mental, or business-related, the situation with Slick Rick became the only known moment where things reportedly got physically dangerous. This situation really challenges the old belief that golden-era rap beefs were always just friendly competition. During the Run's House and Public Enemy tour, Big Daddy Kane and Slick Rick were both headliners, both at their peak and both fighting for the spotlight. Kane was hot off Long Live the Kane, while Rick had everyone talking with The Great Adventures of Slick Rick. They were chasing the same crowd too, fans who loved flashy style and cinematic storytelling in hip-hop. According to eyewitness accounts from Mr. C, Kane's DJ, the real problem started over performance order. Since both were co-headliners, they were supposed to switch who closed the show each night. But things reportedly got messy when Slick Rick started showing up late on purpose. That forced promoters to send Kane out first just to keep the concert running on time. This meant Rick kept ending the shows, which made it look like he was the main attraction. The frustration kept building until it finally blew up backstage. Whether it happened on the tour bus or inside a dressing room, Kane reportedly had enough and decided to confront Rick directly. Mr. C said Rick answered with confidence, saying he was Slick Rick the Ruler. That didn't calm things down at all. Kane, who had a reputation for boxing skills and being physically tough, reacted, and a fight broke out between them. The situation turned serious fast. Reports say Slick Rick then pulled out a small handgun and pointed it toward Kane. Mr. C described the moment as shocking, with everyone around realizing things had gone way too far. Mr. C's version of the story really shows how serious that moment was. He said Slick Rick actually pulled a gun on Kane, And even though no shots were fired, everything changed after that. Whatever friendship they once had was never the same again. Mr. C also gave more background, pointing to the teenage love music video as part of the tension. In that video, Big Daddy Kane played the bad guy who takes Slick Rick's girlfriend. It was just acting, but people close to them said that image may have started mixing with real emotions. Kane had the image of the smooth, confident ladies' man, while Rick had the creative storyteller image with his flashy jewelry and unique style. That contrast may have made things feel competitive in ways that went beyond music. This rivalry came down to pure pride and image. It wasn't just about rhymes anymore. It was about respect and status. That kind of tension explains why two legends of that level rarely worked together and why their circles stayed separate for so long. It also stands out as one of the rare moments where things around Kane reportedly became physically dangerous, showing how serious respect could be even in hip-hop's golden era. The tension Kane faced from other legends wasn't all the same either. For Rakim, Kane was seen as a lyrical and intellectual rival. For KRS-One, Kane represented a powerful movement connected to Queens that had major industry influence. For LL Cool J, Kane was serious competition who pushed him to prove he still belonged at the top. To some, Kane was the first rapper who could take their female fan base and maybe even their crown. To Kool G Rap, Kane looked like someone who took creative ideas and made them bigger than the originator. To MC Shan, Kane felt like the new favorite who took his place in the spotlight. To Slick Rick, Kane became a direct rival, someone challenging his top position and respect. All that tension helped shape what fans now call the golden era of hip-hop. Without Kane raising the pressure, Rakim might not have sharpened his flow on Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em. Without Kane pushing the competition, LL Cool J might never have come back strong with Mama Said Knock You Out. Without that rivalry, Kool G Rap might not have pushed his technical skill even further on Road to the Riches. Kane didn't just exist in the culture, he pushed everybody to step their game up. Big Daddy Kane didn't just join the movement, he sped it up. The hate he faced was really the pressure created by how fast he was rising. As time passed and these legends became respected veterans, a lot of that hate slowly turned into respect. Many of them later realized what they were really seeing back then, a near-perfect MC at his peak. His legacy isn't just about his own music, it's about how he forced every legend around him to level up. That's the real reason so many had issues with him. He made them work harder than they ever expected. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you like, subscribe, and share so more hip-hop fans can find these stories. Drop a comment and say which rivalry shocked you the most and which story you think was the wildest.